Hello guys, welcome to a knife review for my YouTube channel. I'm Moose. This is Moose's Gear Goo review, and today we have a knife review of the Byrd Raven 2. Byrd Raven 2. So Byrd is Spyderco's kind of cheaper line of knives that feature the birdie hole rather than the spider hole. So it has like this teardrop or comet shaped hole that they use instead of the spider hole for opening the knife. And there is a look at the knife. It is very nice, and it's an excellent knife for the price and for the quality. So it's very impressive. I'll give you some specs. The handle length is 4.5 inches long. The overall, or the blade length then, is 3.5 inches long. The overall length is 7.87 inches from the point of the blade to the butt of the handle. The cutting edge is 2.87 inches. The blade thickness is actually really thick, which is pretty impressive for this knife. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick, or 0.15 inches thick. And as you can see, it is a drop point, kind of a modified drop point. And it tapers from the thickest part of the blade, or the blade stock, down to a finer point, so it's good for finer carving. The blade material, or the steel, is the CTS BD1, and as you can see, it's labeled Byrd, and then hopefully that gets into view, but it says CTS BD1 blade steel. And then if you see on this side, it has Sal Glesser's initials on it for Sal, and he is the blade designer and also the founder of Spyderco. Drop point knives. Blade, a modified drop point, flat ground blade. So from the spine of the blade, it terminates down into a secondary bevel. The finish, it's a satin finish, and the overall weight is about 4 ounces, or just over 4 ounces. It has black G10 handle scales, which are really nice. On both sides, it is a liner lock, and it has this huge cutout there, so it's easy to disengage the lock and open it. As you can see, it has milled out construction, which helps with the weight of the knife. And it has a 4-way positionable pocket clip. So tip up, tip down, left, right, carries open like that. It has some jimping on the back for positive grip. It also has a forward finger choil, so you can bite up on it and do some finer cutting. And it has a unique profile to the handle where it swells towards the back and then tapers, but it fits the hand great, especially when you rest the thumb up on that jimping and into that makeshift kind of thumb ramp there. Excellent ergos in that position. And then you can also hold it in the upper grip. I really like this knife for the size, and especially considering the thickness of the blade. The knife is surprisingly light. It fits in the pocket great. I mean, it's not the slimmest knife out there, but it's definitely slim enough. The centering is excellent. The pocket clip is kind of Spyderco and Byrd standard metal pocket clip, and you do have the lanyard hole at the butt end. It is an open pillar construction, which makes it easier to clean, and I just absolutely love this knife. I give it a 5 out of 5, whatever. I'll come up with that later, but this is definitely a rock solid knife, especially considering it's under $50. I got it off of Amazon for $45, and that included shipping. So for an under $50 knife with the upgraded steel to the CTS BD1 blade steel, it's excellent. CTS BD1 is gets hair popping sharp. It's almost as easy to sharpen as 8CR13 MOV or AUS 8, but then it holds an edge almost as good as S30V. So you're getting a much better steel, an upgraded steel for under $50 that'll stay sharp and get hair popping sharp. So you can easily get this to shaving sharp. The other great thing about this knife, especially if you want like a hard use solid knife, this knife is great if you're going to be using gloves. So because of that big finger hole, you can pop it open, and then because of that cutout for the liner lock, it's so much easier to get your hand in there with a glove to shut it. So if you're going to be working outside, cold weather, or with work gloves on, this knife is excellent for that. Easy to open, even pops open there with these kind of clumsy gloves. So excellent knife. And a quick comparison to some other knives, if you want to see size comparison. I have the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight. This is a great super lightweight knife, but a much higher price point, you know, anywhere from $70 to $100 plus, depending on the blade steel or the variation. But you can see how comparable they are in size. Then I also got the Kershaw Cryo G10, just to put it up there with other knives for a comparison. So you can see the blade lengths there. Then you also can see kind of the thickness. It is slightly thicker than the Cryo 2 and slightly thicker than the Manix 2. But if you take a look at the blade thickness, the Byrd Raven 2 is a much thicker blade than either of these other knives. So you have that extra strength and durability. So like I said, this knife's excellent for the money. 5 out of 5. You know, moose prints, whatever. Highly recommend this knife. This is my new favorite medium to large EDC knife, and I just love it. So check it out. Byrd Raven 2. Excellent knife. Yes. Please leave comments or questions. I'll try to answer them. I'm just starting out doing gear reviews, so yes, like, subscribe, share this, check it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy this knife as much as I do. So thank you very much.